BBC has learned that the full rollout of universal credit, the government's flagship welfare reform, will be delayed again, adding £500 million to its overall cost. It was meant to be fully implemented in April 2017, but the new delay will push it back to September 2024. Our social affairs correspondent Michael Buchanan has the story.
Universal credit is the biggest welfare reform in a generation. It combines 6 established benefits into one payment and places greater emphasis on moving people into work. It's proving hard for some claimants to understand.
How long do I need to be doing this job search thing? It's stressful, it is.
We've got a little bit of a problem though.
But it's also proving a headache for the government. This senior civil servant is responsible for ensuring the benefit works properly. A BBC film crew were there in September when the latest problem emerged. Fewer people than expected have so far applied for universal credit.
We've got a lot of anecdotal evidence about people being scared to come to universal credit. So that's why I'd say my hypothesis is that that's what's driving some of this, because I can't think of what another factor would be.
With around 5 million people still to be moved to universal credit from their old benefits, Neil Cooling and his team are forced once more to delay the rollout.
Actually, the only option here is to move the end date of the plan by 9 months so that we would now complete in September 24.
I would say that 3, 6 or 9 months doesn't matter. Go safe, put the claimants first, and I'll take the beating.
Yeah.
Universal credit is meant to simplify the benefit system, but aspects of its design, such as people typically waiting 5 weeks for their first payment, have caused huge problems.
First thing in the morning.
Disabled woman going without food because of you people. You won't let me have one quick word with her.
This latest delay will add an additional £500 million to the cost of the rollout. Universal credit has been blamed for the rise in the use of food banks and for leaving some people in debt. It is now 7 years behind its original timetable and it's billions over budget. But in here, in government, there is no plan B. They are completely committed to the new benefit.
Because there's 2.6 million people, and if we get something wrong, we could disrupt their lives, and they've got no alternative. There's no alternative bank they can go to get help. We are the payer of last resort.
Labour say the new delay is embarrassing for the government, but ministers have insisted the new timetable won't affect anyone on benefits and remain committed to universal credit. Michael Buchanan, BBC News.
And you can see the programme Universal Credit Inside the Welfare State on BBC Two at 9 o'clock tomorrow, and then afterwards on the BBC iPlayer.